Well, Tyler's back with SmackDown July 11, 2025. Not only the last SmackDown before Saturday Night's main event, which is tomorrow's review, but also the second Evolution pay-per-view, which is this Sunday. Like I said, it's going to be 2 reviews for 2 days. Next 2 days. Yeah. Why I'm doing the tomorrow Saturday Night's main event, because Goldberg's last match, even though we all should agree that his last match should have been at WrestleMania 33. And that's probably why. And then Evolution 2, which thank God they brought that. I mean, I'm glad they gave the women another chance to have the pay-per-view back again. And yeah. This SmackDown could have been better if it wasn't for one fucking person on this fucking show who showed his fucking face on here. But anyways, we're not gonna go into that yet. It was in the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. And yeah, we started with LNA make his way to the ring, and a second SmackDown Raw where it's back to 2 hours. That 3-hour experience was... I can't sit through 3 hours of wrestling, I'm sorry. TV shows, that is. 2, yes. 3, no. If it's a special event, it's fine. But still. Anyways, he gets in the ring, he prepares. He said, prediction and spoiler, the 2 things that come out of Paul Heyman's mouth, and he said he's going to fight Seth Rollins tomorrow at Saturday Night's main event, and then out comes Paul Heyman. And, basically tell the good, the live Octane, he can see into the future for Seth, himself, Braun, and Bronson, as their future is the future of the entire Iterate, and sees LA Knight's future, and it's absolutely nothing. And then Solo comes out with Dollar Store Rhino, Tama Tonga, and Talatonga, the Johnny Gonzalez look-alike. Yeah, I know it doesn't say that, but yeah. Solo says Solo says that Heyman went to Raw, left to Raw, and says family, everything changed. There's no more bloodline, no more tribal chief. There's of course a fan chant OTC, which I'm kind of expecting Roman to come back tomorrow, which, alright, I guess, but still. And other stuff like that, and then he tells Heyman, he says right now, before he and his MFTs, which I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that even meant, but still, Heyman just left, and then, but LA does not, and they look like they're attacking him, but then Jimmy Uso comes out of nowhere with a steel chair, and then they set up a tag match later on between Jimmy Uso and LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Dollar Store Rhino. And yes, Jimmy Uso got a United States title match tomorrow night at Saturday Night's main event. How? Don't know why. Still. Then we get a fatal 4 match between Alexa Bliss defeating Roxanne Perez, Solo, some NXT person, and Kairi Sane. This was short, but it was fine. There's that. And once again, they're doing another multi-person match with Charlotte and Asuka in it. Why can't they just let Charlotte and Asuka do a one-on-one match on pay-per-view again? It's still a fucking sin that their only one-on-one pay-per-view match was WrestleMania 34. A great match, by the way. Still. 3 out of 5. I mean, they didn't interact with each other also. but still, they're in it for the Dirty Tag Team Championships. The Wyatt Six defeats the Street Profits to win the tag titles. Thank God the reign of the Street Profits are over finally. By the way, speaking of the Wyatt Six, this has nothing to do with SmackDown or anything like that. The Island Mode 2K25 has the Wyatt Six like stuff on it, and it's kind of cool to see like a swamp area. And my biggest nitpick about it, because it's just this. Why can't we unlock those island arenas for exhibition? That could have been better, but yeah. It was better than the match they had in Saudi Arabia. You fucking people made me do that. Not my subscribers or nothing like that, no. The people that hate me, apparently. Which I can't see you. Still. A 3 out of 5. It was fine. And then afterwards, the Martian Machine Guns and Fraction are like, oh shit, they're the tag champs now. And then DIY comes down and Chris Simmons yells at Johnny Gargano, and there's that. And then we get the biggest thing I hate about this show. I mean, the show was doing fine. The wrestling matches were not... Nothing wrong with the wrestling matches. But this. Jelly Roll performs his song Liar. You know, it's fine, you know, there's that. And who the fuck interrupts him? Logan Paul! Why? He said that he needs a Logan Paul. Bull fucking shit! And then Randy Orton comes out and... Before that, Joey Rowe cuts him and says... He tells him that this is his hometown, and just to make it clear, no one gives a damn about you. And then Randy Orton yells outsider, and he interrupts him and defends Jelly Roll, and then Drew McIntyre claymores Randy Orton. That's to set up their Saturday main event match, which that happened last week, and then Logan Paul destroys like a guitar, and no, it's not a Slapnuts guitar because there's no Jeff Jarrett on here. And he destroyed the fucking set. What a fucking disastrous segment this was. What did they do? A tag match between Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam? No, thank you. I don't want to see Logan Paul anyways. R-Truth defeats Aleister Black, so Aleister Black is a heel apparently. Yeah. Because he attacked Damian Priest. Then there's this whole... Tiffany fucking Trish Stratus stuff, and most of the shit was Jake beating up Naomi. Oh god, no thank you. Look, I have nothing against Trish Stratus. She is my favorite women's wrestler of all time, but she is not in her prime anymore. I mean, I'm being generous about this. Her last match should have been against Charlotte at SummerSlam 2019. Spoiler alert for one of the SummerSlam reviews. I mean, the first one I'm talking about is SummerSlam 1989, and I'll tell you what the other one is. 2007. Great. A year it's the worst year in WWE history. It's 2007, and also 2019 is another bad year. I mean, you could tell from the community post of what this month's reviews are. I already did ECW Air Heroes 1999 and New Blood Rising 2000, which that was yesterday. Fuck. But we're done with that show finally. I understand why it's not next month because I'm doing stuff from August. I mean, you obviously know what they are. Where was I? The main event. Jimmy Uso and LA Knight defeat Solo Sikoa and JC Mero Dollar Store Rhino. It was whatever. Jimmy Uso pinned Solo Sikoa. This is the second week in a row that Solo ate a pinfall in a tag match. Great U.S. title you are. It was not a bad main event, honestly. 3.5, and then afterwards, Paul Heyman LA gets in the ring, and he lands a BFT onto Solo, and then LA gets on the ring, and then Braun Breaker spears him, and then Bronson Reed lands a tsunami, and then that's how the show ends. Yeah. I'm glad we're back to 2 hours for SmackDown. I'm sorry, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I was giving it a B minus, but that fucking Logan Paul segment killed it to a C plus. Yeah. So the next 2 days are Saturday's main event and Evolution 2. And there. Thursday, my second show, you obviously know what the SummerSlam reviews are. So I don't have to tell you what they are. And then almost the Quest for Destiny next Saturday. Also, there was a fucking Power Hours I had. So that's why this review is sort of late, but not really. There's going to be another dog coming here also tomorrow, so yeah. That's what I say. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, your notification bell, as well as my secondary channel, Tales Red Reviews. And subscribe to the notification bell on that one, so you'll see those retro reviews on there. Bye-bye.